So in today's video, we're predominantly going to be talking about Shazam 2 because the main star, Zachary Levi, is causing controversy again 2 weeks before his movie comes out. You need to get off social media, Zachary Levi. Stop doing a James Gunn. Also, we're going to talk about the Flash movie. There is some pretty cool information that's come out recently, which means the Flash movie could be freaking game-changing. Also, James Gunn may have teased the future of DCEU and where the DCEU is going, which could be freaking awesome. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Horseshoe here with another video on the future of everything to do with DC. We're going to predominantly talk about Flash and everything else in this video. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below, how freaking hyped are you for the future of the DC universe? So, we're going to go in somewhat of an order. So, Zachary Levi is being criticized by DC fans, and to be fair, it is valid criticism. Zachary Levi, stop using your social media to become a troll. You're becoming what everybody thinks Chris Pratt is, reportedly. So, he tries to meme on Britney Spears. Millions who hashtag free Britney. Do you even know about it? It seems to me that he doesn't understand the whole situation with Britney Spears. Clearly, the lad doesn't know what he's talking about, saying that his future is bright in the DC universe. When his movie projected to make less than $40 million opening weekend, which means the movie will flop because it's got a higher production cost, higher marketing cost than the original movie. I mean, sure, I am looking forward to that movie. I don't like it when Hollywood actors get on their self-righteous chair and start talking about controversial stuff just before your movie comes out on the 17th of March and it's already predicted to flop. Zachary Levi, if you want to start talking on the internet, wait until your movie has actually come out first. So, also in the news, being reported by multiple people that Gustin, he may not actually be the new Flash. We don't know about that. Because at the moment, Ezra Miller is he's going through therapy, and the City and Guilds Hollywood Association, or I don't actually know what they call it because I'm not American, but they can't technically fire him whilst he is going through therapy. So we don't know, maybe they will have a new Flash. But there's a new report going around that Gustin will appear in the Flash movie because predominantly he's been the Flash for the last 10 years. And I've heard from pretty good sources that Gustin has film sync for this movie, whether it's just a scene like, you know, the Crisis scene on the CW Arrowverse crossover where Grant literally told Ezra Miller's Flash, yo, you're the Flash. So maybe we're going to get a reverse of that because we're not going to get the reverse of the BVS scene where the Flash is like, yeah, Lois Lane is the key. And then obviously at the end of this movie, Batfleck was going to be lost in time. And he's like, yo, Barry, I need your help, Barry. So yeah, it's looking likely that Gustin Flash will appear in this movie, hopefully. So there's some controversy being caused. The Flash synopsis referenced Henry Cavill's Superman. Now, we know the plot leaks are 100% true. So, worlds collide in the Flash when Barry uses his superpower to drive back in time in order to change the events of the past. But when he attempts to save his family, inadvertently alters the future. Barry becomes trapped in a reality which Zod, Jean-Zod, return, threatened annihilation, and there's no superheroes to turn to. That is, unless Barry can coax a very different Batman out of retirement and rescue an imprisoned Kryptonian, not the one he's looking for. So yeah, it sounds like the plot leak is 100% true that General Zod or some variation of Baby Superman was killed. We were supposed to get a scene with Henry Cavill stuck in the Speed Force, and Ez's gonna go, yo, that's where you mean Superman, and he's paid $250,000 to do that scene. It wasn't Clark Kent at all, like some wannabe scoopers were claiming. It was literally Superman in the Speed Force, and he got paid $250,000 for a scene that literally is like 5 seconds long. It's a shame because even though we're getting this Superman legacy in the DC universe, what harm would it have done to put Henry Cavill Superman on it? We're getting Gal Gadot in it. We're getting literally all the Justice League members in it except for Henry Cavill Superman. It literally would have done no harm because we know the next Superman movie that allegedly comes out July 11th, 2025, I don't believe that, it's going to literally be the start of the DC universe. So we could have got a goodbye with Henry Cavill Superman appearing. I mean, I don't know if he cares or not, but obviously he's been paid for his part in the movie. But headlines did try and make a big deal out of this. Oh, it says there's no Superman. Well, if you've read the plot leak and if you've seen the first trailer, literally Sasha Kaya's Supergirl's going to Zod. What did you freaking do? He obviously killed Superman or Baby Superboy in a roundabout way, which I do find fascinating how every time something comes out, like, yeah, but what about Superman? But what about Superman? Yeah, there is no Superman in this movie. He was supposed to kind of be in it in a roundabout way in the Speed Force when he was stuck in the Speed Force. But for some reason, they decided to take him out of the movie for continuity, which makes no sense because you got Bat Keaton in there. You've even got George Clooney being in the movie, which could actually be a Speed Force scene because there's a rumor going around that he recorded in front of a blue screen, not a green screen. And there's some Twitter scoopers making out it's a post-credit scene, but Grace Randolph got the scoop and she's somewhat credible because she said Henry Cavill was done. And to be fair, she was the only one that said Henry Cavill was done. And guess what? Sadly, your boy Henry Cavill's the greatest Superman we've ever seen. Yeah, I said that. He's actually done, sadly. So, yeah, George Clooney's going to appear in a scene just to prove that Barry can run anywhere to any timeline. And of all the Batmans, you go with George Clooney, who is literally famous for not liking playing Batman, never wanting to ever do it. Really looking forward to the Flash movie for obvious reasons, nostalgia. It's the last SnyderVerse movie. And it kicks everything new, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Sasha Kaya's Supergirl. I just hope they don't ruin Michael Keaton by, you know, dropping all his one-liners, which it's looking very likely that they will. But yeah, there's going to be a new Dawn, and it's called not Dawn of Justice. It's called God of Monsters. Who came up with that title? Really, who came up with that? I just hope at some point we get a dark side in this new universe. So, Justice League: The New Frontier has been teased. James Gunn reshared, which kind of confirms this storyline is what they're building up to. After James Gunn's big DC announcement, something tells me maybe it's a good time to revisit it. So, the Justice League: The Frontier. So what is it? What was it? So, it was a run that happened in 2014. 6-issue limited series published between 2013 2014. The series was influenced by works such as Kingdom Come, The Golden Age, Watchmen, Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. Much like The Golden Age, New Frontier takes place predominantly in the 1950s and depicts the Golden Age superheroes Batman and Wonder Woman meeting Silver Age characters like the Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter. The story bridges the gap between the old Golden Age and the new Silver Age in the DC universe. So, is James going to go back in time with this movie? But hopefully he doesn't. But one thing that I guess you could say is being alluded to with this happening is for some reason because of the Green Lantern show that it's just more than a show and it's going to set everything up. It's possible that the Centaur could be the overall villain. The Centaur's involvement is how Gunn said that Jordan and Stewart would find the ancient horror on Earth in the investigation in the New Frontier. Green Lantern came to Earth on a mission of great import, which is highly suggested to involve the Centaur. And what was the Centaur in DC Comics? So in a nutshell, the Centaur is predominantly an entity that seeks to end all life on Earth and has some crazy OP power levels, such as energy projection, flight, immortality, transformation, illusion, casting, psychic link, and possession. So in terms of power level, he actually is pretty OP. He's also known as Dinosaur Island, the land that the time forgot. The entity known as the Centaur was born on predominantly Earth and lived for millions of years watching life grow on the planet. When an asteroid wiped out all of the prehistoric life, the Centaur quickly rescued all that survived and relocated them, and itself, it was soon to be the Pacific Ocean, where it was formed itself as an island to support the wildlife it saved for eons. And the Centaur continued watching the world change throughout time and witness new life that emerged from the Ice Age to humanity for the next millennium. The center was witnessing mankind growing and adapting to its environment, including violence, which concerned the being by the middle 20th century. The center saw detonation of the Hydra bomb and finally came to the conclusion that mankind posed a threat to its world. The center planned to leave Earth, but not before wiping out the human vermin of this planet. Yeah, pretty badass, but let's be honest, he's no dark side. So what it's looking like is all the projects that James Gunn and Pete Safran have handpicked. Swamp Thing, Booster Gold, Creature Commandos, the Green Lantern. It's all building up to some mega event, and the Centaur is going to be the villain, and the Justice League will have to come out of retirement. Oh, I don't know. We don't know what's actually popping with the Justice League. We know in this new universe that Batman's would have already met everyone, as Superman would have met everyone, but it's not an origin story. Perhaps this can lead to Avengers Endgame level movie. No, James Gunn, please don't try and emulate Endgame. You're not going to get close to it. We had that with Zack Snyder Justice League 1, 2, and 3, which may see light of day someday. But yeah, let's just work on these solo projects and hope there's some kind of connective tissue. But maybe Justice League, the new frontier, is going to be what the Justice League could be centered around. But setting up an Endgame level event and you haven't even dropped one project yet, you haven't really said anything yet because there's so much we don't know. But I presume after the Flash movie comes out, maybe they'll start saying stuff. Oh wait, they can't, they got to wait till the end of the year because they're not going to say that Jason Momoa is being recast and Mira's being recast, Amber Heard being recast, and Jason potentially being Lobo. There is so much that could still change in the DC cinematic universe. We don't know yet, do we? It could all revert back to the Snyder. Well, actually, no, that's stretching a bit too much. It couldn't do that. But I did hear something the other day. But that's a video. That's a topic for another video. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarStew. Check us out on Twitter at WarStewG. But I'm going to leave you this message. Netflix buying a Z-list property to license to use on Netflix is not the same thing as Netflix licensing out the Justice League, the SnyderVerse. Wow. Yeah, maybe we'll do another video on that, but it's absolutely ridiculous what some people insinuate. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.